Oh yeah, just want to share something with you quickly. When I was at school, I learnt by doing actions basically. So I did an action, an action, an action, an action, and it led to a thought. And a good example of that is, for example, swimming, where I'm taught to float, kick my legs, use my arms, breathe, and then I swim. And I'm told by some training expert friends of mine that each of these actions I had to repeat 250 times. So I had to learn to float 250 times, kick 250 times, use my arms 250 times, breathe 250 times, and then I learned to think and enjoy the positive experience of swimming. Okay. Now, as I've got older, if you like, let's say I wanted to become a faster swimmer. So my thought is swim fast, but I've actually got a leg action down here that's holding me back. So what I then have to do is to change how the action of kicking my legs. But apparently, I'm told, changing an action with another action requires me to do it 2,500 times. So the process of changing actions is a lot longer than when I learnt it the first time round. Okay? That's the sort of learning process we went through when I was at school. Now, if I then translate that to, say, life, as I've got older, I can translate this to getting a good job, let's say, by passing exams, falling in love, getting a house, having kids, da-dum. Ultimately, all those actions leading to my happiness. And of course, as you get older, well, I've got older anyway, I spotted that some of these actions I was doing actually didn't lead me to happiness. So I'm faced with a quandary. I'm not happy. But to undo some of the actions is going to take me forever, because I've got to do it 2,500 times. Anyway, so what I discovered, I've been homeschooling my autistic son, and from him I've learnt a different way, a much quicker way, of actually being able to undo some of these actions that are making me unhappy. And that basically is the idea is, instead of going backwards, I actually go forwards. And by that I mean I've got a thought that's making me unhappy. What I do is I replace that thought with a new thought. Okay, so this is a negative thought, and this becomes a positive thought. And then from the positive thought, I then let different actions, follow. So I'm not replacing any actions, I'm just changing my thought pattern and letting actions flow. Okay? So in other words, I'm reverse the process. So instead of building new thought, I go forward to a thought, replace that with a new thought, and then different actions follow. So if I go back to my swimming analogy, here I've got my swimming, and I'm swimming slower, and I want to swim faster. I watch a top swimmer swim, I visualise how he's swimming, and then in my head, with my new thought, I just dive in the pool and just visualise it. And then what happens is actions naturally follow that get me swimming faster. I'm not unlearning anything, I'm replacing an old thought with a new thought. And that is a much quicker way of getting a more positive outcome. Now what I found is the process of changing an old thought, or negative thought, with a more positive thought, is a sort of constant ongoing skill, if you like, that I've had to learn, and still learning. And I found that process is easier if I share it with other people. So, the result of that, I joined this website called respectexchange.com, which is full of people doing this same thing, of changing one thought with a new thought so that different actions then follow. It'd be great if you guys come join us. Thanks a lot for your time. Hope to see you at respectexchange.com. Thanks a lot.